Yeah.
It's just that simple. They banned out the Slark, which I think is another good option against Arc Warden. I do think that the PA will look a little bit worse without the Darkseer. As nice as the Magnus would be to buffer up,
There's
I think
Treant as well with the armor.
so much
there's
kiting,
Doom.
yeah.
It could be problematic.
so. Let's see.
A hero that used to be like a complete counter to the Arc Warden in the lane and afterwards is PL. He's not really picked as much any
Oh
longer.
yeah.
What happened with PL? Like, why all of a sudden is he just completely out of the meta? What actually did?
I think one of the things is that Shivas has become incredibly popular.
Okay.
And Shivas kind of screws over Phantom Lancer. Not only, like, it's not even so much the heal reduction thing, it's just that people are willing to build it, so
Yep.
you have that AoE burst to immediately find out the real Phantom Lancer, and you have armor, which is the biggest counter against Phantom Lancers. So
Okay.
I think that kind of made him fall off a little bit. But the hero is still strong, just much more situational.
Yeah, it was funny. Like with my obviously like way limited Dota knowledge, just with everything going on in the meta, I expected him to be good. Like,
Yeah.
with my hot take,
He
like,
can
he
still
seemed
work.
like
He
one
can
of those
still
heroes.
work. There's just this. Sometimes heroes fall out of meta because they've been nerfed to the ground. But sometimes what happens is other heroes just get buffed up too hard, right? And they become much stronger. However, if you eliminate those heroes from the pool by banning them, then suddenly PL again is an option. So you
Well,
could go back.
guess who just became an option?
There you go. It's
There he is.
It's what it is. It's how we have this cycle of drafting. The weird thing is, very often it happens the teams forget about some hero, right? And they stop picking him just because there are heroes that are stronger. Doesn't mean that that one is weak. It just means that he is not really up there with everyone else.
Pro players are
Ban them.
very susceptible to
Yeah.
trends. Whenever they
Exactly.
see something becoming good, they're like, "Oh yeah, that's good." And then whenever no one brings it up for a while, everyone just forgets about it until one team is like, "What if we give this hero a shot in this kind of strategy?" And everyone's like, "Oh my god, why didn't I think of that?"
We just go in cycles constantly. But as he said, Shivas is extremely popular right now. You're going to have armor from the Living Armor, from the Treant, and Doom is possibly the hero to get Shivas the fastest out of all offlaners, just because of that built-in
Would you
devour.
prefer Doom Radiance or Doom Shivas this game?
I would still prefer Shivas
Okay.
because of the armor, right?
Yeah.
The Radiance is also amazing, but I would still prefer Shivas on him.
Do you think it's Mitch going to be playing Doom 3, or do you think it's going to be a mid Doom?
I'm not completely sure. They could still put Doom mid.
Yeah, because they don't know the matchup quite yet.
Yeah, they could do that. Arc Warden could be mid as well. if they
Right,
wanted
yeah.
to. Like Beastmaster is also one of those heroes that can deal with Arc Warden because of all the beasts that he brings to the table. You will never pretty much get slowed or damaged by Flux, and you can kill the spirits with boars. So far, Extremum they're drafting versus Arc Warden well again, but it's not that hard when you see the hero. It's like
That early, at least.
which approach do you want to take that counters Arc Warden? That's what they're doing.
Which I'm actually surprised that Tempo banned out Storm, because I don't think Storm would have been a very fun hero to play this game whenever you're against a Doom and an Overgrowth.
Yeah, but you don't really have catch. You have Doom,
Yeah,
you have
but
Overgrowth,
outside
but
of
you
that-
don't have catch.
Yeah.
That's the...
Now, as of right now, so once again, Tempo is trying to get deep into the game, correct?
Yep.
Do they have the tools to get deep?
Yeah,
They got your boy, Bat Rider.
the Bat Rider on one
Here for
side,
the sticky stuff.
he's gonna go deep on one side, but Tempo, they have the Treant with the armor healing up the towers, plus the magnetic field. This game can go really long, it can be very delayed, but again, I really like what Extremum have got on their side. Like their draft is very solid. You have everything you need. You have the push power, you have the instant initiation with the Rubik or the Bat Rider, you have your late game potential carry in that PL that can outscale the Arc Warden.
Tempo have to pick a hero who can deal with Bat Rider, because none of these 4 heroes can do anything against Bat Rider in the lane. This is going to be like a miserable lane for whoever Bat goes up against. So someone with a blink, I would say, would be the best way, or a Dispel. I don't think you can really... usually the Dispel heroes are illusion heroes, like Nagasine, but there's no way you're going to pick that when you have an Arc Warden on your team.
Yeah.
So, I don't know.
You can't be greedy. You can't be greedy at all on that mid lane. Well, Bat Rider has been nerfed a bit, right? So it will be a little bit easier for the mid laner, whoever it is, but still though, they're in this spot. Like, why I love Bat Rider being your last pick so goddamn much, because suddenly you're not only thinking about the last pick that suits your game plan and that's good for your draft, you're really, really focused on having a good lane versus Batrider too.
Yeah.
Because he eliminates so many options for you. And they go with the co-op, like you called before.
I think, yeah, last pick Batrider may be like one of the trickiest heroes because usually by the time you're at the end of your draft, you're starting to think about like mid to late game, like how am I going to get these synergies online? And then Batrider's like, don't forget about the laning phase because I'm here now, so you need to make sure you have some solution against me, otherwise you're not even going to make it to mid to late game. So they go with the Queen of Pain, a hero with a blink, so she is going to have to go in whatever lane Batrider's in, and Extremum's just going to, I don't know, probably pinball lanes quite a bit, I would guess. But at the same time, they have, again, a superior draft, really, no matter how the laning phase goes. It's just up to Tempo to, again, bring the game past, like, 50 minutes.
Well, the odds on EGB.com are going to be in favor of Extremum, who is also favored in this series right now, being up by 1. And it seems like we're in a similar situation that we were in that first game, as you've already mentioned, Tsunami. But they had even more time on the side of Extremum to make that situation all the more favored to them. Have they managed to do it after that first phase?
Yeah, I definitely think so. I think they did it. This draft, however, reminds me of Tempo's draft versus Bait, which they have won with. It also had 0 stuns. So I was going to say, okay, usually it's good to have stuns. This time around, they don't have any as well. Perhaps Infernal Blade with that mini.
Sure.
But that's pretty much it. So maybe they pull out some magic, but man, this is an uphill battle for them once again.
Okay.
Yeah, yet again, I said I had no love last game. I'm getting some love from Extremum because they are so far handling Arc Warden the way that I was hoping they would. That's all I needed to say.
All right. Well, we saw an even more premature first phase Arc Warden than the early onset male pattern baldness that absolutely plagues Twitch streamers. Let's see if Tempo is going to completely mauled out of this one as we throw it over to our casters.
Welcome to the Pleb Zone. We're not on Mount Olympus, BSJ. We're dirty, filthy casters. Gross. We use our voice.
Am I balding? Did I miss something?
No, dude, you got a beautiful head of hair, dog.
Okay. I guess maybe he was referring to you then with the Twitch streamer. I thought you were on Facebook though.
Not anymore.
Dark days indeed. Dark
Sorry,
days indeed.
Zuck. I got what I wanted. Let's move on and go to this game. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to a Batrider game. In this game, we have top hated heroes right now, Doom and Venomancer, Toxic Man, and Satan himself. What are you thinking?
You know, I don't really know what to think about this game. Last game, the Arc Warden got abused by getting second rounded, and this game, it's first rounded. And the way to counter this hero is play up in his face. He can't really protect himself. This time they have a little bit of peel from the Triumph Protector where he can lock everyone in place so he can disengage, but PL naturally scales very well against Arc Warden, carry hero that has a natural gap closing mechanic. Batrider, other than the Queen of Pain, is left unchecked at this entire draft. And this is going to be another game where if Extremum is allowed to play the map in all 3 lanes, as they were last game, I can't see it spelling any differently than the first one.
Yeah, I don't really understand the pick either. I wouldn't want to redo anything from that first game if I was that team, but maybe they really want to be stuck in that strategy. They think it could work, and this is an emotional victory. So putting that all on the line. Great blocks here by both teams. Look at those blocks. Brian, is that a big deal?
Blocking is a very important mechanic to hone in. When I had to play mid for a team for like a week, they basically said, BSJ, we can't have you playing mid at all if you can't block. So I had to go into a private lobby for like 5 hours and just spam block.
Would you recommend people do that?
If you're a mid laner, and you'll never have to work on it again. That's the nice part about it. That's the thing about a lot of mechanics in Dota, whether it's laning or just like tread switching. You just have to practice it a lot, and then eventually you never have to think about it again because you just do it every game.
Okay, well, perhaps that's why we have an Arc Warden in this game. Practicing it every game as a G.
Exactly. He's only a silver tier Dota Plus Arc Warden. Usually when you see these niche heroes, these very, unique heroes, you see like the level 20 on Dota Plus. You see the guy that's been spamming it, and he's like, this is my time to shine.
Yeah.
Instead, only level 6 or 6 through 10 or so. So that's what, maybe 30 to 40 games.
Yeah, but perhaps it's been working out for him. Or perhaps he's on a Smurf. I know you pros love that kind of stuff.
I would never Smurf.
You're disgusting. At any rate, looks like this mid matchup is going to be pretty even for now, but could ball out of control in either direction there. Both heroes pretty good at taking over. And Doom! I haven't seen Doom do anything in quite some time. We'll see if he does something in this game here.
Yeah, he's usually in the first banned 2 heroes category.
Yep.
I've loved him as a mid. I think that's his actually best role.
Really?
But, when you give a first pick Doom in competitive, I'd say most likely just going to delegate him to the off lane. PL matches up decently because you obviously are single target disable from Doom, and PL is PL. But in this case, you do have Scorched Earth, and PL doesn't really threaten you in lane. So you should have a perfectly good lane despite the fact that you have the 5-position Venomancer who's going to be poking you down. The Devour regen will be very nice against that.
Doom always cracks me up because you have so many characters in Dota that are so irrelevant. For example, Lion. Lion is a guy that went to hell and came back.
And back to hell and back.
That's right. That was his big old accomplishment. So you're the Ancient. You're picking 5 guys to protect you and your life. Will you pick literally Lucifer or a guy that went to hell and came back? Oh my god, Grimstroke's going straight to hell right now. That is the first blood. Great job. No T-Torch here today. Trying to pick up that Venomancer kill. They will take the Veno as revenge. Doom taking some slices and dices. But
Harpy creep, man.
look at that. 2 kitty cats running away together. That's actually PL's girlfriend right there. That courier. And she is beautiful. Great personality. Great eyes. Oh, watch out there! Is that dagger? Yes, he'll have to TP back. Scary stuff.
I'm still trying to process how that courier is his girlfriend.
They're cats.
Is PL a furry or?
No, he's a cat.
Like, PL's a cat.
You go home and pet your dog and say, you damn furry, get out of my house. It's a freaking dog. A furry is a human pretending to be an animal. That's
Are you telling
clear.
me, like, in Dota lore, PL is a cat?
He's a cat. He's like a Khajiit. He's a cat man. He's a beast man.
No, he's not.
What do you think he is? He's a literal cat. What do you think PL is?
I've never thought about this thoroughly, but I never once thought of him as a cat.
What are you talking about, dude? He's a freaking... Are you out of your mind? He's a
Apparently,
cat.
I've only played this hero like 200 times. I guess I need to play him another 200 to really understand the lore.
It's not lore, it's his character design. He's literally a cat. Brian, I'm very concerned right now. You're looking at me like you have no idea what I'm talking about.
There's other things that are encompassing my mind's focus right now. You know, plots, if you will.
Okay, sure. My goodness. Yo, I do need some help, though. I haven't casted in probably a year and a half, and apparently I was watching some of my VODs, seeing if I can improve.
No way. You're perfectly good as is.
And apparently I say goodness gracious every other sentence. How do you...
We all have that, man. You
How
just
do
have
you
to
stop?
catch yourself. You just have to know you do it, and then every time you do it, you have to remind yourself of a little punishment, if you will.
Okay.
And you're inconveniencing yourself by reminding yourself, you know? And then eventually you're so annoyed with yourself that you stop doing it.
I'm going to replace it with Baba Booey.
Baba boy!
Baba Booey! There he goes!
Yeah, every time you want to say goodness gracious, just say Baba boy.
All right, will do. That's definitely not as annoying. Top lane, you know, Mr. Cameraman, whenever you can, I would love a showcase mode of the Phantom Lancer just so that we can discuss this topic a little bit more, and then I'll let it go. You take your time, though. No pressure. We'll react. Middle lane, looks like Quap is dominating right now. Woo!
Definitely a Quap favorite matchup. I think it's on Bat's, like, it's in his best interest to just kind of accept this. Maybe Rubik come mid, Fade Bolt out the wave, and then give him just some stacks in the jungle. I don't think there's really much you can do about it. Super annoying matchup for Batrider, and
Pause.
just play for your own game at this point. You're
Now's
not
our
shutting down the
chance. Show me the Lancer. I don't care about the items, put those away.
Quap. He doesn't even know what half those things do.
I have literally never bought a raindrop in my life.
Actually?
I bought it in Agnum's Labyrinth. But it's a waste of money, honestly. There's not an investment. It's depreciating gains, right?
Yeah, it is a awkward item because it feels like regen that is in your inventory, and then suddenly it's just gone. It feels like
Right.
you lost something when it goes away.
Mm-hmm.
You're like, oh, I bought this for mana, and then no longer have it, and you said, well, there's just 225 down the toilet.
Feels bad. It's a lose more item. You buy it to make sure you don't die, and then it goes out of your inventory and you die anyway. That's a double negative.
What's a worse investment, raindrops or a car?
Whew. Great question. Unless you're buying a Tesla. No, I'm just kidding. Don't do that. Elon is a lizard man. Cars don't depreciate that much. I mean,
They lose like 30% of their value when you drive it off the lot.
yeah, assuming you're going to sell it. You drive that shit into the ground. For like 10 years of my life, I bought cars off Craigslist for $2,000 and then drove them until they literally exploded. Each one would last like more than a couple years. That's how you do it. As long as you don't give a shit about what you look like driving a Subaru Legacy to go pick up your date, it doesn't matter. Bye-bye! What? Oh my god!
You
What
miss
is
every
this
quap.
display?
You miss every quap ulti you don't throw there, Slacks.
Just missed that one for sure. I thought she was favored in that matchup. Baba Booey.
Yeah, he was level 7 and the Batrider's level 5, but right when he blinked in, the Batrider got 6 off of a creep dying, so he was not ready for that lasso. He was thinking he was going to be able to just get away with a free kill. Similar, I can relate to that scenario, but then it backfired, so you got to be very careful about when you go for those kills. You know what I mean, Slack?
I don't at all.
Okay.
If I go for a kill, I finish it. Even if I die, my friend. Such is the way of the warrior.
If I'm going down, you're going down with me? And
If I'm going down, that's it. I'm going down.
okay.
Learned that one from Bruce Lee.
Wise man.
As we see the game progressing, looks like Doom has pulled ahead in the top net worth, but don't let that fool you. It's probably just Devour. Not a big deal. This Venomancer's life, however, is a big deal. He is not having that TP scroll off cooldown. He will die. No one's there to deny him. A sad death for Veno. And this is what Quap wants. Time to explode. Go all over the map. Look at these creeps. Will they be able to steal it? Oh, no. Disaster. That's why you don't stack camps, just for that off chance that somebody could take it. Meanwhile, on the bottom lane, Mr. Tree with all those tiny houses on the back. Who's living in there? Well, they're dead now, too. Feel good about that, Tree?
I thought you were going to like answer that yourself, like whether or not he feels good about
I'm
it.
not going to answer for him. He has a mouth. He has a mind.
It's true.
A
he does.
soul.
I think the difference between this game and game 1 was how good of a start the other 2 cores than the Arc Warden has. This hero doesn't mind having to get 5 or 6 items if the rest of his team is enjoying the time that he's spending getting those items.
Yep.
You know, they don't mind that he's not contributing all that much. Quap with a good matchup mid. As I said, PL doesn't really shut down Doom, so he's having his way with the top lane, and PL has to retreat to jungle, being that Doom is level 6 now. And Veno's happy to take over the lane, but this is going to relinquish a bit of the pressure on the bottom lane, which allows the Treant to get the levels that he so wants. And after supporting his Arc Warden in lane, feels that he deserves. Supports deserve nothing.
No. Ladies and gentlemen, a mid and carry player right here. Suffer for me and die. And that's it. That's your reward.
Yep.
Is you get to be in my presence.
That is the nature of your existence.
Jesus. What an elitist we have here today. You know, though, I think that things might still be okay. I mean, PL, you can't stop Doom now, but he certainly is a pretty big factor later, right?
Yeah, the defusal gets super annoying. Doom just kind of walks into the fight, gets his mana burned until he has like Blink, BKB, Shivas. At that point, it does become a bit difficult. But Beastmaster also having a pretty good game for himself. Another snowbally, momentum-based hero. They are looking to dive with the Vision of the Hawk, but LeBron putting on his
Good
juke shoes.
God.
And he is not going to slam dunk it this time.
They burned down the whole Amazon to find that Treant Protector. That was disturbing. Here comes a full
4 heroes.
rotation. Let's get him, boys. Nice. Oh, Grubik trying to save the day there. Great job. The stolen burst there, getting him away. And wow.
Yikes.
Even kill. That is not good. You don't rotate 4 guys, not kill anyone, and one of you dies. I'd pause too.
Meanwhile,
Pause.
PL's pushing mid too.
Oh, jeez. He just paused to slap that kid in the face. I guarantee they're going to unpause in like 2 seconds because there's no reason they paused.
Yeah. Half your comments. I'm trying to figure out where to naturally take it. You know, the flow of the
You
conversation.
just go. You just go with what you want. You know, it's a stream.
Yeah, it's a natural flowing stream.
The only fishes that go with the flow are dead. The salmon jump. You know, the other fishes go with the flow, and you're a corpse. All right, make your own path in this world. Show me
words.
that goddamn cat. I want to see Phantom Lancer so we can talk about this and get this done with. But they want to show us the items yet again. Production in my ear screaming, please talk about the items. We have a Helm of the Dominator on the Beastmaster. Standard stuff. That's your biggest one yet. Midas already on that Arc Warden. A very different game from the Arc Warden from last time. And the drums. An item I have never bought.
How many charges does a drum have?
cares?
Slacks.
Depreciating value. Every time
True.
you use it, it's a worse item. Who would buy an item like that?
I've had people question, hey, when's a good time to use drum charges, treating them as like precious cargo? And I'm like, hey man, do you need move speed and attack speed? Just use the damn drums, man. It ain't a stock that you're trying to invest in for the future here, Slacks.
Yeah. Remember when Diffusal had charges and you had to buy Diffusal 2 to recharge them?
Good times.
Oh, boy.
And they also like purged all the items and Yules and Ghost Scepters and stuff.
That was pretty dumb.
Yep, every hero just bought a Diffusal.
Yep. Get Yules? No. Sorry, you've wasted your money. What a trumped item. Is there any item right now that's broken that needs a nerfing?
Drums, Halberd. All these
Halberd.
items are super annoying to play against. Yule Scepter's still a pretty damn good item.
Yep.
Wouldn't be surprised if any of those get nerfed. We've actually been seeing a pretty good amount of Veils lately, but I'm happy to see that item, so let's not nerf that. PL potentially getting ganked in the mid lane as he is getting smoked up, wrapped up on by the Mitch Doom, who is being swelled up with the scream from the Queen of Pain. Didn't even have to expend the Doom. And that is why PL is not generally a hero you see defending towers.
Yeah.
That is the Rubik and Veno's job, sir. That is a map distribution understanding of your role in the team, and PL is the last hero that should ever be in front of a tower, because that is naturally where the opponent's going to want to play, because that is their objective, and you are the carry, and your hero does not defend towers.
Wow. That is one of the smartest conversations I've heard you have yet. I will never forget that.
He's going to have to Doom him here if he wants
Woo!
to. Didn't want to use the Doom on the support Veno. He's really close with the Centaur Stomp, but holding onto the Doom the threat of the Doom may just be better than the actual Doom itself in that case.
He hasn't used it yet, so this threat of the Doom is very intense here. Batrider starting to come online here, getting those backline kills after that tiny rotation. Now rotating on that, that tree rotation. Rotates on tree again. Tiny's not in this game, turns out.
Yeah, he's like the large corporations in this game, the Batrider. You try to hide in the trees, and he's just going to burn them all down.
That's right. He's the BP of Dota 2 heroes. Not even sure if that was an accurate thing, but whatever.
People know what you're going for, and that's
Sure.
the best thing we can ask for out of you, Slacks.
Thank you, my friend. A lot of pressure on that tier 2. They're going to trade a tier 2 for a tier 1, potentially. No, I forgot they had Dream Protector. They're just going to heal it up. Scare them off. The threat of the Doom. Doom not used yet. That terrifying spell. And everyone TP's out. Now you're playing against Dream Protector. You got to finish the job. No pokes, no prods. And that is a point I believe you brought up on panel the other day. Treant pretty good against this Veno. Veno doing that pick damage to towers. Little tiny Treant don't care. He just heals them up.
Yeah, that is true. Conceptually, tower push-wise, that is annoying for Veno, but in this game, he's more of a tower defender, to be honest. His Beastmaster is applying most of the tower pressure, so that job is kind of lifted off of his shoulders as a 5-position Veno. The 5's job is to kind of just fill in the gaps. You know, what does my team not want to do? Batrider wants to run around the map, Beastmaster wants to pressure bottom, PL wants to farm safely, not defending his mid tower, and so that means Veno's left to defend.
Yep.
And, that's where he's going to be, top lane.
That's why I pick techies. You pick techies as a 5 when your team doesn't want to win. And then you just force them to continue to play until they finally decide to win.
And then you teach them a lesson.
That
Same
is a
time.
lesson.
Yeah, patience is a virtue.
Go watch a video on your hero. I'll make you time.
Yes.
Figure it out.
You'll have to spend 70 minutes to get this plus 30.
Good. A lot less wards this time from both. Oh, actually, there's a lot of wards. I'm sorry, I didn't notice them. They're in the lanes. A strange place. PL trying to find some kills here now that he has a diffusal blade. His job is pretty hard, honestly. They have a lot of AoE and a lot of ways to clear him out. I mean, eventually he's going to get so huge he'll be able to do his things, but it's going to be a long road if he can't get picks here. Meanwhile, Batrider stealing some runes. Gonna cost his life. But who really wins when the Batrider made money for his entire team?
I believe the team that killed the core.
Yes.
Yes. His TP was on cooldown for about 10 seconds, so just a little bit overextension there. That's the type of play that's perfectly fine to make if your TP is up, because the main way of killing you on the opponent team's a lot of slows from the Queen of Pain as well as the Grimstroke and the Arc Warden. And just a little bit of lack of awareness coming out from the Batrider there.
Yep. Starting to feel like he's invincible. Here we go. The Doom is still being threatened. Will we see the game's first Doom here? Not needed now.
Oh,
here it
plus
comes.
200.
He's
Nice devour.
shaking his fist. He's getting ready to Doom this kid. Ooh, no. Actually, forget it. Oh my god, Batrider out of nowhere. Grabbing that Doom, dragging him along, bringing him back. He didn't use Doom again.
Yeah, he's saving it for next game.
All right, we're in 16 minutes, probably halfway through the game.
At some point, you just gotta let it rip.
You got to eventually Doom somebody, my friend. Bottom tower.
Yesterday, we were talking about Kyle not being able to last longer than 30 seconds. The Doom is too afraid to pull the trigger.
Yep, another common problem. You got to find that sweet spot in more ways than one. Can't
Indeed.
live your whole life being called Doom and never using Doom.
You gotta embrace your identity. That's important.
That's right. That's what Phantom Lancer did.
Yeah, the kitty cat that he is.
Mm-hmm. There's his girlfriend. Able to take a shrine at 16 minutes. That's going to be a debilitating mental problem right there. That's not good.
Yeah, that's the strength of the Beastmaster against the tree. Beastmaster's very good at all-inning towers with all of his summons and attack speed aura for his team. Tree usually can't sustain his towers to protect them if they ever win a team fight, so... Right there, showing the power of that pick, and now the PL is going to have all the space in the world, and that net worth is going to keep going in his favor over time. Blink on the Doom is nice and all, but you're against a Venomancer. So you are going to be constantly walking through Beastmaster summons, Venomancer wards. Very difficult until he gets a Smoke or a Shadow Blade going, because as long as they can see you, a lot of stuff's going to cancel that Blink Dagger.
Yeah, this is not a Blink Dagger game.
You kind of have to go one, but because if you go BKB, you get lassoed. You get.
I mean, can't you get a poor man's Blink Dagger, a Force Staff or something? I mean,
That seems awkward.
it is awkward.
The good old drums Force Staff Doom.
Watch out, Arc Warden. The Batrider on the hunt yet again. Nice lasso, grabbing that Arc. He puts down the bubble. Will he be able? The slows are unbelievable for BSJ.
He blinked in. He's going to be dead on the Quap as well.
Woo!
That's just so much damage being output by the Dire lineup with just summons, just natural abilities. None of those are really items other than the Fusel from PL, which he's going to buy every game anyway. And still holding crossing our fingers for the Doom to use his Doom.
Hold. Wait.
He's charging up.
Ha! This isn't Dragon Ball Z, dog.
It's not
Let
over
it go.
9,000. It is not over 9,000. They are only up by 6,000 net worth right now at 18 and a half minutes. Gonna take that Roche.
The Spirit Bomb has been charging a little bit too long, my friend. Let her rip. Beyblade that shit. All right. Another Blink Dagger. The situation. Wow, Bat didn't have a Blink? I thought he already had one. His positioning's been hype.
Yeah, the Boots of Travel plus the Fated Brooch. He's a race car.
Goodness. Ah! Almost said it again. Trying to stop.
That's how you do it, man. That's the first step.
Good. Ah! Screaming.
All you have to do is annoy yourself as much as you annoy others, and you'll stop doing it.
Wow. I don't know if that's quite possible. Quite used to my own voice.
Radiant's top tower has fallen.
That's the first problem you gotta fix somehow. That's up to you, though.
Voice box surgery. I don't think I can live without it. I've grown so accustomed. Brian,
Yeah.
the real talk. Genie's Curse. You have to swap voices with me,
Radiant are
or you
scanning.
have to swap career paths with me. Which one do you
Where do you think you'll be in 10 years, Slacks?
Brian,
About the same places as Grimstroke in 10 seconds, or what?
about that. I don't know if you've been listening to the cast, but it's not looking good for 10 years from now.
Yeah.
What's your
Yeah.
choice?
Probably have to take your career path, because at least I could salvage that somehow.
Oh, yikes. Well, if it was reversed, I definitely wouldn't take your career path, my friend.
Thank you, man. Wait, what?
Now.
The Batrider does have a blink, looking for them as they are TPing away. But this is basically the story of the game. Extremum running around the map, cutting them off back and forth, sweeping it, and they are just forced to TP or cower on the side of Tempo. And that's, it looks like Extremum setting the tempo here.
Woo! Wow, remember when Batrider could break TPs with that? How broken
was a good
he
time.
was? He was like top tier. They changed that, and then he became a flux pick. That was one big change. Uh-oh. Trying to stay away from everyone. Nice Queen of Pain initiation onto the Phantom Lancer. Is that a Doom? Did he use Doom?
No, he did not.
Okay, holding. Ah, charging it a little bit more. There it is, the double
That's 2 for
Doom.
1.
God damn, we were waiting for that, and we got exactly what we wanted. We didn't even touch upon the Grimstroke, the mighty double Doom.
That's why he's been saving it.
That's right. I gotta admit, I mean, I thought we were gonna see a really bad Doom for the first one. That was really pretty hype.
He had to let the net worth lead be over 9,000, and now that he's charged up to his power level, he's ready to unleash the beast.
You know, when I was a kid, a lonely boy looking for friendship, and in my school,
How did that go for you?
well, they had an anime club. Now, I hate anime, but I was very lonely. And the only kids there, Dragon Ball Z and Toonami, very popular at the time. And I asked to join the anime club. They had LARPing battles.
Okay.
I don't know if you know what that
I
is.
do indeed, live action roleplay.
Yes, so they had LARPing fights between themselves, pretending to be characters. And they said I could only... Oh my god, Venomancer's dead. They said I could only participate if I pretended to be the dragon Icarus. So
Okay.
while they were fighting each other, that guy's dead. I guess we should continue cast. Watch out! Argwarden's illusion is dead. So they'd be fighting each other, and I'd be running around on the ground going, "Ah!" And then I stopped doing it because it was very embarrassing. Oh no!
He blinked in on Quab. Is he dead too?
Yeah.
He's just pretty low. Doom doesn't have Doom, but he does have a lot of damage from his natural skill set. But the Batrider's able to TP in from afar, and the Quap dies to summons, purely summons, and that's it.
Embarrassing.
And now LeBron has been alley-ooped into his own grave.
Whoa! Grabbing that Doom from the back, dragging him in, and it is Beastmaster's time to shine. The beat down, running through the fire and flames here. Will he be able to make it out? Beastie wants it. Double axes, a little too deep though. Batrider getting close to dying just at the tower here. Rubik showing up a little late to the party. Blinking in the back line. The wife of Grimstroke on the hunt. There is the chain, but no follow-up. He already used the stun. What's the chain for? Slowing him down? Letting him hold hands? There they go.
Just establishing the nice bond on the dire side here.
Yes. You're helping them, Grim.
Yes.
They don't let them help each other. Kill them.
Radiant Tower has fallen.
Meanwhile, PL just farming up a storm, got the mid tower on his way around the map, hitting some creeps, going for the Abyssal Blade, that nice additional gap closing spell for him.
Yes.
That makes it even harder for the Arc Warden to position in these fights. And that's what we're kind of seeing, is he's not able to do really anything again on Arc Warden, not only on the map, but in fights, just because he's constantly getting ran at by a bunch of crap.
Look out! He got yelled at. He's dead now. They're pushing up on the hill. Oh my god. You said don't defend with PL in front of towers. Well, I guess you can push with PL in front of towers. He's ripping them up right now. Any hope at all to defend here? It's all up to Arc Warden and some creative bubbles. Here comes Grim, able to nuke some waves. Venomancer pushing on those towers. Making some... Oh, burnt down! Took a bullet for the team there. Very violent end to that wild wing ripper. As they push in, making some illusions for this tower push. I mean, I just don't know how they defend. They put
I don't
down
know,
the
they
bubble.
hit the tower. Yeah, they just hit they do the living armor plus the Arc Warden bubble, and PL doesn't feel comfortable going that deep in the base, and they just don't have enough immediate damage to go high ground here. There's another great game of prolonging Dota from Tempo, really going against their name. I think they were just playing the long con, a little bit of hustling going on with their Tempo name, because they are straight up allowing the enemy team to do whatever the hell they want.
Well, you can have a slow tempo. It doesn't always have to be fast.
True.
Much like a metronome.
Yes.
Tick, tock. That's the speed of which they're farming. Smoke attempt here. This is a very dangerous maneuver.
ward
Should it
vision.
go wrong. A nice vision there. They're going to be able to spot out their main target, Pio. Insta-go on, insta-doom, linked up. Venomancer walking right by, but they're going to be able to blow up that Doom. He was exactly who they were looking for. Finish up that Venomancer. Looks like Beastmaster's going to fight to the very end. I mean, God, he's a tanky boy. His summons are in. The Necro unit is tearing it up. Doom getting killed by a Bull Bruiser, a lesser demon, something that is summoned from the Book of the Dead. The Lord of Hell falling to such... It's a disgrace to the Court of Verstool.
What?
Look out.
Oh, he comes out.
Oh, Mr. Tree, you've revealed too much. The happy little tree is about to be a sad big bush.
The rainforest. Too real.
Too real. It's like Australia back in January.
Not too soon.
Good. Oh boy, they're pushing down these lanes. Level 19 on this Beastmaster. That was the most Chad fight I've ever seen. He just literally just stood there. Everyone dying around him, he just stood and watched.
That was with them getting the Doom on the PL at the very start of the fight. He didn't do anything in that fight.
I mean, Pio, was legitimately blinked upon, doomed, and they still pretty much won that. That's not great.
Yeah, one may say that the PL set that fight up. Even though he did not actually do anything, he did die and allow his team to kill the rest of the team. That's a patented BSJ play right there. Very real.
Indeed. BSJ fans in the chat, you've seen that about 10,000 times?
Yeah, at least several times a day. #1 net worth and the first one to die.
I mean, legitimately, though, as a personality or streamer, I do believe that heavily functions as... It becomes part of your... You know you're going on first, and you know they're not going to stop going till you're dead.
Yeah,
And it kind of makes it into your play style.
it does.
Yeah?
You have to embrace it somehow. Usually I pick heroes like Spectre now, because those heroes do damage while they're dying.
Exactly. Same with me. Omni Knight, Techies, Sand King, please dive my towers. Double damage, able to be picked up. And
Bottle
we're
gets
gonna
passed over.
Oh, hey, take a sip, my liege. Put your lips to my bottle. Thank you. Guess which disgusting noise came from who? You won't believe it.
This is now an ASMR.
What the hell is this move? I've never seen this in my entirety of Dota casting and paneling. There are literally just 5 dudes standing unsmoked in trees.
This is the Flying V.
The Mighty Ducks, no one was trying to kill them.
Yeah.
They would not have survived.
Oh!
Look at this move! The double doom is perfect! Oh, I flame and I get my foot in my mouth. That was gorgeous. Everyone just waiting there like the starting line of a race.
That was so crazy, it just might work.
Goodness.
And it did work.
Well, they're never going to be able to do that again. Oh my god, fat, stinky boy is dead. Dead courier. Here comes Beastmaster doing
Is that
it.
the real Arc Warden?
What? Did they just ult for the summons?
He walked out of the bubble. Oh, he's alive.
Oh, wow.
And he's not alive. That's a level 20 Beastmaster. 620 gold.
That, I can't explain what I just saw. He just tried to solo that guy when he saw 5 people there next to him. BSJ,
I would call that an aggressive play.
very aggressive. Here we go. Venomancer slowly dying to Quap. Literally nothing he can do. He does turn around and face her, though. Look her in the eyes before he dies, which I can respect. Centaur trying to help out PL there. Literally Gaben cheating. And they are going to be able to grab the Quap because she got stunned by that Centaur.
That's what you get for not learning how to micro.
Never let there be more than 3, right?
Yeah, still had double damage bottled up, so this Roche should go pretty fast. Also has the Orb of Destruction.
Ooh.
I remember when Illusions used to instantly die to Roche. PL was one of the worst Roshing heroes in all of Dota. And now look at where he's come.
So far from
It's about the opposite of your career trajectory path.
Oh, that's very nice, Brian.
Yeah,
Let me know the next time you're on a pro team.
will do. Don't be keeping up at night waiting for me to give you that call, all right?
Dire structures are
Double damage still on that PL. Going to be running out anytime soon. And they'll go into that very dangerous jungle. I'd be pretty scared. Your entire team has been wiped in this place for quite some time. But they're going to go ahead and take the enemy V yet again.
Will they employ the flying V once again on the side of Tempo?
I'd be terrified. I've never seen any move like that before. Batrider going to be taken out here.
BKB and Cheese.
Huh.
Just chose not to use either of them.
Well, he's saving it. I guess he didn't have a lot of allies next to him, right?
You gotta let it marinate, the cheese.
Yes. You know,
Become fondue.
I wrote a letter to Ice Frog, an email. And I
Okay.
said if you kept the cheese until the next Roche that dropped cheese, it should become blue cheese.
Okay.
And that restores health and mana.
Cheese does do that.
Yes. That's what Ice Frog said in his reply email. And he has not replied since. So I still like the idea of blue cheese. I don't know what it would do, but apparently not that.
It could effectively be blue cheese, but it would just do the exact same thing as normal cheese.
Cool.
Yeah.
Cosmetics. Look, Ma, I'm Valorant. Will you pay $900 for blue cheese? Here comes a Blink! Gonna go ahead and Link. Not gonna get the links that they're after. Beastmaster making sure that he wasn't close enough, and the counter initiation will begin. Doom gonna be instantly melted after Doom is cast, and he's buybacks. He's getting ready to TP. Daddy ain't done. Here comes the naughty stick. Ruler out. Here I am. And there goes Arc Warden, dead as well. Maybe, you know, I don't gotta go in there. Just kidding, guys. Back to my base. Please don't push. Arc Warden does have buyback. Would be surprised if he didn't use it. There it is.
He's already down by 8,000 net worth to the PL, though, so not a matchup that exactly gets better for him, and the net worth is not going to help that scenario.
Bad times here. As we see PL get stronger and stronger, the pressure increases. And with those buybacks down, the situation grows indeed dire for dire.
Dire for Radiant?
Huh? Oh, is that? Who was that?
Yeah.
Smart.
Thank you.
Remember when it used to be a Sentinel?
Yeah.
What do you prefer?
Radiant.
Yeah, me too. I don't like to talk too much about Dota 1 stuff. Lothar. If you're a guy in the games that repeatedly says, oh, pass me the Lothar, get over it, dude. It's been a decade, all right? Shadowblade. Is that you, BSJ?
I honestly say Lothar sometimes.
Why?
It's just shorter than Shadowblade.
I guess that's true.
I pretty much say the word that's easier to say. Instead of Nature's Prophet, I'll say Furion, because that's shorter.
That's a good point. I guess it is efficient. Maybe I never thought of that. I just thought you guys were being hipsters, but, I mean, always a reason.
Yeah, sometimes I like to think I don't think about everything, but sadly I think about too much too often. You know what I'm saying? Slacks, I do about the opposite of you.
Wow. Put that on your tombstone. Sometimes I like to think I don't think about everything, but I think.
But that's exactly like proving its own point, right? Because what I just said about the idea of thinking about things required a lot of thought.
Wow. I'm sure there's a word for that in German. I don't know it.
I was waiting for you to follow that one up.
Das Thanken. I took 3 years of German, by the way.
Did you really?
Yeah.
And this is what it's amounted to.
Literally never used it.
Dire's bottom tower.
By the time I made it to Germany, I had forgotten everything but die Ecke.
And if you don't use it, you lose it, Slacks.
That is correct. Don't let the people trick you. Use it as much as humanly possible.
It being German.
10 times a day if you have to. The longer you know that you're in a stint, the more you need to use it.
German.
German, of course. The German language is what we're talking about right now. All right. As the lanes push in, the big old kitty cat is becoming fatter and fatter. And there is a double damage, making it the most Garfield-like cat I've seen in quite some time. He's looking for lasagna, and he hates Mondays. We're about to see a push.
That belt is quite slimming if he's becoming fat.
Very fat. Wow.
Quap, they're searching. He has a Lincoln Sphere. They're going to have to pop it.
Oh,
Use the lasso to pop it, so then they use the Roar. Has the Blink on Rubik if they have to follow a blinked Quap.
wow.
But
Actually almost made it. Quap prediction with the Rubik there. Pretty impressive stuff as they solidify their chokehold upon this map. Trying to get what little farm they can, though, in that moment of respite.
yep, we got the sheep and the sheep dogs here. And the sheep cat on the PL here.
What sheep dogs?
They're the ones that wrangle the sheep.
Ah, yes.
So the sheep are in their base, and they said that is where you belong. But then if the sheep escapes the base, they say, no,
Get back here!
go back.
Bite them!
Woof.
An entertaining cast. Bring your children in, and we will teach them animal noises.
Yes. Who needs that,
that
McDonald had
wheel.
a farm, like little toy thing that tells you, the cow goes quack.
That cow goes. Those things always ran out of batteries really quick and got super satanic.
Yeah.
Almost everyone I've ever touched is like, the cow goes. I love them. Well, watch out, top tower, you're in some trouble. Bubble being put down here as the tower goes down. Tree and Protector trying to help as well. Tiny little ticks coming out from your Venomancer. And you're right, I mean, they're powerful boys, but how do they take these towers? You might as well just take all the other heroes and kill them all. Grimstroke grabbed up, a nice roar going out on the Doom. Doom not going to be able to cast too much. He has to pop that BKB and run back. PL looking to finish that job. BKB on that Doom. Look out, PL! Watch out, they're coming. And BKB as well. PL now committing fully to this fight, picking them off. They will go to that tower. Baba Booey looking like it ain't gonna get saved today. Quap as well, beat to death, speared like so many fish within Phantom Lancer's old fishing village. And we will watch this Rax most likely fall.
That's a lot of Veno words.
That's a lot of them. Little babies. Last little bit of lore here. Artifact 2 and... oh my god, he just killed that guy.
What game?
Artifact 2 and Underlords. Venomancer refers to his wards as his daughters, opening up some pretty interesting lore. In fact, the tiny little Veno Courier is referred to as his nephew. So he apparently had a family left behind, and his nephew turned into a Venomancer, which just makes no goddamn sense. Are you telling me that anyone that falls asleep in the Akriti jungles becomes a Venomancer? Because there'd probably be a lot of Venomancers. But no, just his tiny little nephew became one.
What were the name of those games again? The games that you said?
We don't want people to disconnect from the stream. So let's just say other IPs.
Okay. Wop has managed to sneak out onto the map, gets some tier 4 items up past the 37-minute mark. Ninja Gear
Ninja Gear!
will help him potentially farm some more as he smokes, as he is able to smoke out of the base. Looks like he's giving it to someone else, though. Maybe the Doom for the initiation? Maybe... who's he going to give it to?
I mean, you should give it to Arc Warden. I mean, Arc Warden has already been smoking. He's been picked Arc Warden twice. Here we go. Smoked up. They're looking for something. They're going to find the Doom. Grab that Doom. Drag him out. BKB. Doom in trouble. Here comes Quappy, though, trying to do... She screams, no! As he dies. The leader of hell himself, the tree is gone as well. Christmas is canceled. They're moving in for Grimstroke. Bob Ross taken down. Happy little trees. Bob Ross do nothing. Everyone dies. Quap watches from the trees. The lone survivor. She'll tell the story of what happened here today. No one will listen. Actually, no survivors here today. They're going to hunt her down as well. You don't need stories. When you got the internet, we can write our own tales. Kill her.
I prefer to be more subtle about my declarations.
Are we going back to the first cast now? Jeez.
Honestly, man, this game's kind of just a redo of the first game.
I mean, it literally is. They picked Arc Warden twice, and they lost both games with it due to the same exact problems. A little rough.
Arc Warden initially came into the meta because he was really good against Terrorblade, and that's about where he belongs.
Pushing on this tower, Mr. PL, almost 25, which is a huge level for PL. Big power spike there. So the situation grows even more troublesome. This Beastmaster standing in the back using his little summons and illusions to push. He's going to scream at Doom, a nice double link, but will they be able to capitalize on this? Will the double Doom be able to come out? BKB being popped. Oh, he raised his hands, but he didn't make it. And the Devil goes down at midnight. Look at him being grabbed. He will be saved by that Inkswell, but can't say there for the rest of his team. Slaughtered. Absolutely slaughtered.
PL looks pretty broken in these type of games. They have absolutely no way to deal with this guy, as he is running rampant, dodging all of the AoE stuns that are on a cooldown or travel time, if you will. And 3 buybacks now from all 3 cores on the Radiant side. Nefrit is not going down just yet. They do have Doom. He has Manta and Satanic. He could potentially turn this, which he is. Quap goes down a second time. This is one-man army of cats. Got him! Taking down the Doom the second time. Will he get the Rampage on all the cores? I believe that is all of his kills so far. He does indeed. Going for the double Rampage. Dodges the Inkswell once again. This guy knows how to push W on a timer of 4 seconds.
Rampage! Double! And could it be a triple? Please do it.
Give it to him.
Just kill him! Rampage! Triple! Alright, there it is. The match is over. Extremum victory!